You're good.
All right, guys. Now, you know me. The folks that have followed the channel for a while know we love Burnouts. Burnouts and hosting kids' charity events. I mean, that's in my wheelhouse, dude. I'll just tell you. So tonight, this is an exciting one. While we're talking, I'm going to pull up some Instagram stuff, some videos, some of the YouTube stuff. Dude, why don't you tell them, where to find you, all the handles, all that kind of stuff. Kind of introduce yourself real quick while I get some of that stuff pulled up.
So Skids4KidsUSA, we're a not-for-profit organization out of Springfield, Missouri. We've had our own local events. I've spent the last year traveling around raising money. We had our local event Father's Day this year and raised $6,100. We were able to buy our buddy Bennett a lightweight wheelchair. It's by far the greatest thing I've ever done. And the fact that it's all just coming from Burnouts and everything, man, it's so awesome.
Yes. And the coolest thing about Burnouts is obviously kids love them, right? So you're kind of like through fun stuff. You're also raising money, which is always a big deal. Yep. And then, you're going to do Burnouts, in turn bringing more kids into the sport, so.
And that's another big thing I focus on is like the automotive industry is being attacked from every angle, from the EPA losing tracks and everything, that we need to have another generation of car people to keep this going.
Yeah, for sure. And it'll be interesting to see, some of the past podcasts and live streams have been about, some of the EV movement that we're going to have. I wonder what that's going to do for Burnouts. It's just going to, the hardest part about EV stuff, what's up, Junker Clunkers? The hardest stuff about EV is you don't get the sound. You don't get the ground pounding 7,500 RPM, wop, 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 wop.
That bang limiter and
yeah, it's a car out there going doing donuts. You know what I mean?
They're torquey, so they'll have the wheel speed.
That's right. That's right. And with the availability of tuning, I'm sure at that point they'll have who knows what RPMs they can turn and wheel speed they can get to it, and just how quick, because at the same time, I'm going to show what you, typically what I've seen on your page here is, hang on, we're almost there, is this Corvette right here.
Yep. That was my daily actually 4 years ago when I bought it.
Nice.
And I mean, I've been doing Burnouts since then. I've never really been street racer or anything like that. I've just been going for Burnouts. And
yes,
the past year it's really taken its toll on it though.
I can only imagine. So we got to back up though, because you don't just walk out one day and go, hey, we're going to go raise $6,000 for some kids by doing Burnouts and hosting our own event. So tell us the lead up to that. Oh, I see Boosted Rides in here. This dude's another Burnout king. He's won a couple. Yeah, he's a big boy. I love the Ford truck. I love what they're going to do with the new truck. They make me really want to build something super ratty and just go kill tires. He
put on a pretty crazy fire show at Cletus and Cars.
Yes, that's exactly right. So take us back, walk us through the process of kind of where you started. Where does all that begin?
So yeah, like I said, I bought that Corvette, and that was my daily driver. I took it out to the streets all the time and everything, but I was just never that big into racing. I like just messing around doing Burnouts and stuff. I ended up buying another truck that's fully built, LS60, 4L80 and everything, and worked at a tent shop. And right on the side of our shop, there's a little road that no one ever was on or anything. And so we would have our own little, we call it Show Me Skids. Since Missouri, the Show Me State. Yep. And the last time we had an event, it was the end of 2019, I believe. I probably had 500-600 people on this little side road, just packed down.
Yeah.
The whole fire department came because all the smoke.
That's awesome.
So it was pretty good. And they were real cool about it and everything. The local police aren't that worried about it. They're keep it on your little street. Yep. And so I figured let's have an event and let's actually do some more professional with it.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is my dream to be doing Burnouts with my friend.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want monetary gain from it. This is, so I was like, let's raise money instead. So.
Yeah, dude, that's great. So how do you pick, and we're going to talk about this later, but how do you pick the charities that you help, or are you more of a person basis?
So we'd like to keep it more personal since we are
Cool.
an organization and everything.
Yeah.
Bennett, the one that we bought the wheelchair for,
Mm-hmm.
we got hooked up through one of the people in my tattoo shop. Actually, they
Cool.
were my one of the sponsors for the event.
That's
And
great.
then ever since then, we've been doing just little doing the Christmas fundraiser and everything like that,
Yep.
and then just doing the people's GoFundMe's and everything like that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's it's crazy there's a lot of people that host events. I'll say that. There's a lot of people that tie charities to those events. There's very few hosts that are doing it for the charity. I don't know how else to politically correct say that. A lot of times people tie that into so they can get more people there, so their event is bigger.
Yeah.
And then it's not necessarily for the charity, and that's it sounds like what you guys do is what we do. It's like
and I mean
charity first. Yeah.
The past year I've just been traveling. It's all been out of my pocket just going to these events that I'm getting invited to. So I mean, like I said, it's my dream just to be traveling, meeting these people that I've been looking up to for the past 5 years, doing burnouts with them and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's way beyond me at this point. And do you remember there's a group on Facebook, it's called Burnouts for Cancer now, but it used to be Burnouts for Wyatt. There was
Yep.
And it's called Burnouts for Cancer now. But that little kid Wyatt, that was one of the biggest influences to make Skids for Kids.
That's cool, man. It's amazing how little things like that they did that to raise awareness and things like that, and then it just blossoms into like what you're doing now and how that grows, and that's what's always so cool.
Yeah, the support that I've gotten from everybody that I've met through this too is so awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy the benefit of tying a charity to stuff and becoming legal and all that kind of stuff. Opens some doors that you typically wouldn't expect. And then that, again, just makes it easier for you to go out and promote and gives you a bigger reason. Now you're like, okay, well, I take this and then move that to the next level. So a lot of folks popping in the chat here. 815 LSX Swaps. What's up, guys? Dirty Panda. We got Bad Tree Productions. I see Danny Fatica down there. He's the reason we're doing 12 Pods of Christmas. Boosted, right, like I said earlier, Junker Clunkers. But hang on, dude. I just realized I didn't thank the people that made the podcast from Possible, which I haven't even worked on it in like 10 days because I've been doing podcasts. Ryan Wing, who's going to be on, I think, tomorrow night for a little bit. We're doing like a panel type show because I didn't want to set up. So I had, 12 nights planned. And I was like, if I leave one night open, that way somebody could reschedule. Yeah. Then I realized I'd still left that one night open as of yesterday. So I was like,
I need to buy this.
Yeah, I think we'll just go all out and just have everybody this, I sent invites to like 12 or 13 people that had been on the podcast before or live stream. And we're going to let them jump in and talk stuff. We're going to do a couple different, Stephen Nark says he sent me a video. We'll have to look at that here in just a minute. So anyways, Ryan Wing, Matt Monroe, Tyler Petram, Donovan Green, Dino Cardella, Tom Stark, who was on the other night, and Big Bad Daddy, the Cowboy Yankee, John Marat. Couldn't have built this room without them. We would have built it, but it would not have come up so fast. So I appreciate that. And then obviously Andy's computer repair, because without that dude, I wouldn't be out here doing this in the shop with my little space heater that is it's got my right leg really warm and the outside of my left leg is it's 48 degrees in here. So that's how cold my left leg is.
That's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll eventually warm up in here to 50 and we'll be all right. So, all right. So let's get back to it. Let's talk the car, because I mean, dude, there's only certain cars that can take a beating. What all goes into prepping the car for an event? I mean, what have you done to mods, all that kind of stuff?
So the Corvette is stock bottom end LS2.
Cool.
It's got a Guatney cam, ported heads, Brian Tooley internals and stuff, and then a big Lingenfelter clutch.
Nice.
And that's really about it. It's got some stuff in the driveline and from break-in axles and stuff like that. But
yeah,
honestly, dude, just LS motors are insanely good at burnouts. They can take getting up to 300 degrees.
That's right.
And then turn it off, and then being fine.
They can sit on the limiter for a few minutes. Here, hang on. This is. Let me get this pulled up here. So Stephen needed a new set of tires for his wife's daily. So let me get this pulled out because our Hawassi Tire and Lube, our tire sponsor, who keeps us in used tires all the time. Love that dude. Jarrett's his name. You've got to get you one of those. I'm sure you probably have new tire sponsors. We get all of the rejects because all we're doing is burnouts in them. It's great. I love it.
Throwaways are the way to go.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I love it. Okay, let me see how to get this screen up here. I'm still figuring all this stuff out. Here we go. So this is him today, getting rid of the old tires on the wife's daily. So it's a Yukon XL, XL Denali, so 6'2". Yes. So Jarrett,
nice cold too, so really spin.
Yeah, Jarrett poured that pad because he had leftover concrete from his deck just for that. So we've killed many tires out there. It's amazing. Hawassi Tire and Lube, love that dude. Like I said, go out there, support that guy, and all that.
My entire driveway is pretty much just turning black.
That's awesome. The wife says she's been waiting all day to see this, and then her truck still smells like burnt rubber. So that's awesome. Dirty Panda says, I'm going to have to hit you up and show you what I'm working with here, talking about his LS240. Dude, you're in Springfield. I'm in Bentonville. Like, we're 2 hours away. We spent some time up there. Yeah, so we're going to get together and we're going to do, like, some walk-around videos and stuff like that of the car. But how drive or valve train-wise, what all is done to the car there?
So, like I said, Corvette, Squatney cam, and then Brian Tooley push rods, valve springs, retainers, all that stuff.
Oh, I got you.
And then it's just a CNC ported heads. So
how... like what kind of RPM are you staying at, and then what's the lift on that cam?
The rev limiter set at like 72, I think, but I try to stay lower than that. So I have another truck too, the burnt toast truck. It's 6.0 and everything. It's like specifically built burnout truck. Its rev limiter set at 65. I think it spikes up to 67 sometimes.
Nice,
but it can go sit on the limiter till the tires blow every time.
That's great. What kind of truck is it?
So it's a LQ9. It's aluminum 6.0, and then
gotcha.
Fully built bottom end. It's BRT2 cam, and I think it's all Brian Tooley top end. It's built by a guy named Billy Dixon out of OKC.
Oh, that's cool. Is it on the page anywhere here?
If you go way down there, it's been down getting engine work for the past like 8 months.
Gotcha. Is it the black one here I'm looking at?
Nope. There's a video down there of the truck doing a burnout while pulling my trailer with the Corvette doing a burnout on it.
Nice. Can you see what I'm messing with here? Hang on. You just tell us. Hold on just a second. Everybody that's been watching this knows to be patient with me. Am I too far down here?
No, keep going. That's
okay. Just to let you guys know, we are going to discuss this in a moment.
Yep.
We are going to discuss that because there's a video of. Oh, here we go.
Keep going.
Gotcha.
That's the truck itself. Yeah, it's sweet.
Nice.
Truck.
Yes. Regular cab short bed. That's where it's at, man.
I don't think we got much more to go. Keep going.
Wait, here we. How about let's just hit them.
Yep. And it took a beating. Ended up just spinning a crank bearing.
Oh, dang!
I've been putting it back together, and I have 4 oil pans sitting outside in my shop now because none of them fit.
Dude, that's insanity. 4 oil pans. That's crazy.
But it's ready to go back together and everything. It'll be ready for the next season.
All right, where are we at? Are you doing burnouts on motorcycles here too? Oh, I got you.
This is 240, and then the burnt toast truck comes in.
Nice.
This is at our local tattoo shop that sponsors everything called Tragedy to Triumph. This is their event.
I don't know how to adjust the volume on this, so you guys with your headset, sorry. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Truck for sure.
Yeah. So if people aren't following you on Instagram, you need to go do that right now. Sorry, trying to get down here.
There you go. Left side there.
Oh, right here. Yep. Yeah, the one with all the views. Yes.
I think that was probably the last time that truck ran too.
So truck burnout, trailer burnout. Is that like trailer burnout? Trailered burnout? I don't know.
I don't think it's illegal.
No, I mean it ain't illegal, and it's all right in my mind.
As long as the car's on the trailer.
Right. Okay, dude. Talk me through the Grand Marquis Crown Vic.
This thing, I bought it last summer for the event here locally, and it made it through the event, and it just kept making it through tires and bottles of nitrous and just over and over. And I was like, man, let's ramp this thing.
Yes.
So went over to my buddy's shop and.
Hang on. Did everybody see this? Dude, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Had a 4-point harness and like neck brace and everything, so we made it as safe as possible.
That's great. For the folks in the chat, should we ramp the cart? Is the real question. Should we go ahead and ramp it? Yeah,
I'm going to answer that for him. Yes.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy stuff, man. I dig it. I can't believe you're 2 hours from here. We're gonna hang out. So, 4.6 in the Crown Vic. Is it a Crown Vic or?
Yep. It was just stock 4.6 with a 75 shot dry shot.
Nice. I blame our trans issues on Blaine Stark because he's like, just go right for the 100, and we've got the turbo on it and stuff. So we were just spraying nitrous into the turbo, and then the trans laid down. So we found the weak point. So I think we're going to end up doing a A15. He's from Springfield, Missouri. We're going to end up doing an LS 4L80 in it. Probably some 4.8 or something like that.
That's probably the 4th or 5th Crown Vic I went through in the year and a half since I've been getting them. That one lasted for a long time though. Nice,
dude. Hey, listen, we've put 10,000 miles on ours, and never once was nice to it. Never one time. Like
they're great for beating up.
Yeah, the tuner guy, he turned the trans pressure all the way to the top. I mean, we just literally, it shifts so hard first to second. Sometimes you can catch a little, and they're 31-inch tall tires, so it's a lot of fun.
The one that we chopped the top off of too, it had like 293 gear, super tall.
So
second gear was like 112 mile an hour wheel speed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we easily with the little nitrous.
Oh yeah, we put 430s in ours because we were going up on tires. So yeah, so it was just more fun. And probably the trailer, thinking now, probably dragging the trailer, doing burnouts, beating on it. It's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I like it.
I think it's a great idea.
Man, we haven't even covered a third of the shit I want to talk about. So get ready. All right. Where do I even want to start? So you've talked about all the stuff done to the vet. I mean, just abuse, like how does that thing handle that amount of abuse? Like, is the trans all stock? Like, have you had to replace a bunch of stuff? How do you come across tires?
Trans has been rebuilt. I actually have a sponsor that gives me good throwaways.
Nice.
If you look on the side of the Corvette, one of the stickers says Missouri Mike's Barbecue.
Oh, cool.
He actually owns a couple restaurants in town and a bunch of big automotive shops.
Oh, so nice.
He has supplied tires since before Skids for Kids was even a thing, since we were still doing on the side of the road. MD Hickman here in Springfield, they're great people up there.
That's cool.
But the Corvette, I don't know how it's held up. The guy I bought it from, the people that originally built it, I put a new cam in and stuff, but people that originally built a bulletproof car. Definitely, it's got a blown head gasket from Florida though.
Nice, but that was just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's easy fix for LS2. So.
Oh yeah, and is it an easy fix in that car though? Like,
I don't think I'll have.
like,
I think I can take the heads off without having to pull the whole motor. So
oh, that's awesome.
yeah, just take it all
So,
apart and.
right, how do you get invited to that stuff, man? That's so cool to be able to end up in that situation.
So Cletus and Cars, you can actually just get into those. But SEMA, one of the guys, the host from Hoonigan, saw me jump in that Crown Vic, and he was like, "I gotta have you out here." He's like, "Charities seems awesome."
That's cool, man.
But other than that, man, I've just going to Cletus and Cars events. We're gonna be doing a lot more streetcar takeovers this year and stuff.
Yep.
Ice cream cruise. I'm good friends with the guys up at 1320. Matt, shout out Matt.
Nice. Yep.
So we'll be up there next year for sure.
That's cool. That's a great event. And dude, 1320 video is awesome. They to have the reach of coverage that they allow is amazing.
Yeah. Kyle has done great things with that for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Great things with that. And then it just continues to grow. I mean, they continue to get better.
I'm pretty sure they raised like $60,000 at Ice Cream Cruise.
Yep.
Something like that.
50,000. Yep. Yeah, that's wild. Backfires and Burnouts talking in here, and then Carl Steamy, Mr. Dino Cardella, I had mentioned earlier. Dude, we're talking Burnouts, man, and I know that dude loves Burnouts, and he's kind of up in the Wichita-ish area, so he's not super far. He's probably 5 hours from you.
Mm-hmm.
So, dude, here's the thing: you've got to come. I was trying to think if there was anywhere that we could host an event. Like we do a lot of our stuff at Mocan Dragway in Joplin when we do our events, and so it's like. I'm trying to figure out how we could talk Carl and Craig into letting you just go ham on some of their brand new asphalt.
Oh, yeah. I would definitely go out there and break it in.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that would be fun. I may have to kick that around. So what events do you have planned for 2022? I mean, you're going to do a local thing?
So I'm trying to get our track locally, just got new owners, and thankfully the new owners are keeping it a track, and they're wanting to actually do more stuff with it and everything. So that's awesome. July this year is pretty empty, so I'm trying to have our local event in July.
Nice.
And so that will be all local sponsors and everything. Yep. And like I said, we're trying to raise at least like we're trying to double our money raised this year.
Yeah. That's great. And then, so what all events do you have planned for yourself? Like, where are all you going to be going? All the Cletus burnout stuff?
Yep, we'll be at all the Cletus and Cars, at least 2 or 3 of the streetcar takeovers, ice cream cruise. There's a couple more I can't think of off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
But anything, and we're in Missouri, so we're right in the middle of the country.
Everything's 8 to 10 or 12 hours away, and you can do that in an overnight stint.
Yep. Bradenton out to Freedom Factory, I think it's like 16 hours, and then Vegas was a long one. Vegas is 20.
God, dude, that's a long ways.
Yeah,
but it was worth it, man. I mean, think about the exposure you got from that, and
just
like
meeting
all the fun.
That's
James Schauer, SCHAUR, I think.
Oh yeah, Tune Race.
Yeah, that dude's awesome, and he was out there with the Bernie truck and just going crazy. That was cool. So, what? How long are you allowed to do burnouts? Like, what is your time frame on the window? You know, like for all that stuff.
So the way the Cletus and Cars is probably the most professional burnout competitions in America right now. They judge it off driver skill, so like use of the pad, keeping your wheel speed up and everything. Instant and constant tire smoke, so no like letting off the gas back and having to reverse or anything. And then like if you drive off the pad with your tires popped.
Nice.
That's a big thing. If you need to blow both your tires to win.
So how do you plan for that? Let's talk about that, because there's like James has talked about, his tires blew, I think, early one time, and he was a little upset because he had blown them early, So, but you don't want it to go crazy long, like at Cletus and Cars Indy. Were you at that one?
Nope.
Oh man, there's a guy in this orange Dodge truck that I bet it was 5 minutes on the limiter.
Yeah.
We were like, oh my God, just blow already. Either the engine or the tires, please.
So like between a minute and 2 minutes is what they say in Australia. Their rule is you want to go longer than a minute, but less than 2 minutes.
Oh, cool. So, man, I can only just limiter for that long, or I mean, not limiter, but if the car set at 7,200, you're keeping it like 65 to 68, 7,000 sometimes, things like that. That's crazy. Are you still on the stock computer on that thing? Or are you?
Yeah, stock computer.
Wow, dude, that's nuts. I can't believe that.
The truck is on a 01 Camaro computer, I believe, but still stock Chevy.
Yeah, that's crazy. What all's done to the truck?
It's everything. It's fully built bottom end, fully built 4L80, built by Daryl Gott out of Arkansas.
Nice.
True track rear end with 456 gears, super lightweight drive shaft.
Yeah,
fuel cell in the back. It's everything done to it. When I got it, it was a 8th mile truck, nitrous and stuff.
Oh, I got you.
I switched a few things around and made a burnout truck.
That's crazy. What about exhaust on that truck? Like, is it just open?
Dumped out the headers. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's crazy. I figured you'd come out the back or something.
No, I'd probably say about this much pipe after the headers.
Nice.
Just get another O2 in there or something.
That's awesome.
The Corvette has exhaust all the way back just because it's fully plastic and everything burns. Corvettes don't survive fires.
No, they like to melt. Yeah. We were seeing some of the damage on the tire. Hang on, this on the back there. I mean, I would imagine that's from just absolutely exploding the tire a couple times.
So SEMA was 3 days, 2 events every day.
Oh my God.
So I think I was out there 5 times total in 3 days, and it tore the car up for sure. We went through 4 sets of tires, 3 or 4, and one of them, the rotation was backwards. So the tread came off in a big chunk, but it was already getting broken a little bit and stuff. So it was bound to happen sooner or later. I'm going to chop off the bumper from the bottom of the tail lights and then just put there.
There you go. That'll look awesome. That's what we're going to do for the cart this winter is build like a rear bash bar type setup for it.
Yeah. Everyone likes wall taps.
I mean, listen, if it's going to be an LS in it, we're going to enter some burnout competitions. We probably won't make the May event with the LS in it, but that'd be a real good time to blow the 4.6 up.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep cranking on the wastegate till something happens.
That's why I'm trying to get another Crown Vic right now that I could take around.
Yeah. Dude, it's insane the amount of just abuse that they can take. Like everything's overbuilt on that car.
Yeah.
31 spline. I think that was got 28 spline axles. I'm like, who puts that in a car that's never going to see that kind of abuse? You know,
I had a white one, and it probably went through 15, 20 sets of tires. But every single time I would start it up, and instantly while it's cold, put it to the red line, and it'd stay there till it's all the way hot, and it would just start back up every single time.
Yeah, it's crazy. They can take a beating for sure, and then after it's all done, you just pull the front suspension out, put it in an old Ford truck, and go on with your life.
Yeah.
So, dude, what else do we need to talk about? We've been on here 27 minutes, and I'm like, all I want to do is pick your brain. You need to tell folks what they need to know about you.
Like you could catch us on Instagram and Facebook, Skits4KidsUSA. We do have a YouTube. We don't have any really videos up yet. I'm working on a big major sponsor for 2022 to help us get all around the country and everything.
Yeah.
So once that comes out, I do have a video edited up. We're just waiting to
throw their name on it.
Yep.
Awesome.
We'll have a bunch of merch out here springtime. Like I said, we're trying to have vendors at Ice Cream Cruise for sure. And then
cool.
I'm working at a couple other places.
Yeah.
So we'll have merch for all the vehicles, Crown Vic, the Corvette, and the truck. And then probably a hat. And we're going to do, I think, 15% of all merchandise sales goes to the fundraisers that we're doing.
Dude, that's awesome. That's a bunch, man. That's a whole bunch.
And the big thing is if anyone here ever knows anybody that needs the help, always send them over because I keep all submissions in a different file and everything.
Cool.
I'd love to help, everyone that we can.
More kids.
Yeah.
More kids. Yeah, we want to help more people. That's cool, man. So, golly, the events in like Ice Cream Cruise, I mean, they've got a big burnout deal, right? Like, is it rollers though? I can't remember. No, it's just a big pad.
Theirs was huge. Ice Cream Cruise. It was the track size, so it was probably 45 foot wide, 50 foot wide, but they probably 120 foot long. So
that changes things a little bit. Do you get practice runs on that stuff? Like, do you get to drive your car around that little area out there? I mean,
so I always just go walk it. There is people like at Cletus and Cars, they'll let us go out on the pad, especially at Freedom Factory, since it's his place. He has more free reign there. He'll let us go have practice runs and everything. I try to stay away from it because I don't want to heat my oil up too much before I go out there already. Because you go out there with hot oil, you're instantly going to spin bearings.
Nice. Well, and you don't want to. You want to give the people what they came to watch, which is all of the tire.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, have you ever measured the tire heat that's in those things? Have you ever put a gun on that thing?
I never have.
Man, I bet that thing is hot. 700 degrees or something crazy.
Yeah. So after you get past, I think it's 130, 150, the chances of it catching on fire go up by 500% or something like that.
Nice.
So if you go back and look at some of the SEMA footage, man, a bunch of those cars were going out there and just putting it against the wall, catching fire instantly.
Yep. So does that come from shittier tires? Or is it a higher quality tire has less chance of fire because it's
so much different stuff. Having your exhaust pointed at the tires, that'll heat the tires up a lot more and make it catch. At the boosted rides, I think was a methanol fire.
Yep,
it's
that makes sense.
Little bitty stuff can always affect everything, especially when you're doing it. It's not just a 12-second quarter mile at this point. It's 2 minutes of the hardest abuse possible on your engine.
Right. So the vet, I mean, you're in there. It's just looping. How do you see? You got a little electric fan on the window that's blowing air out.
I tell everybody, you're super nervous when you go up to the pad, but the second you get out there, I know what I'm doing, and I know how to keep my bearings. It's natural at that point once you're out there.
That's crazy, dude. I can't imagine. We're going to have to get in on some of that. I need to get the cart definitely needs more power to keep the wheel speed up. Because even on a short tire, like a 26-inch, the old Grand Marquis tires, it was still weak. You know what I mean? You just couldn't, it dropped a second, then it'd finally come up. You can't do that in a burnout competition, because there's already a ton of rubber out there. And then if it stops spinning, it needs to immediately light back up.
What year was yours?
03.
03. That's what I've always heard. Getting the 06 up. The 06 up wants the nitrous a lot more than 06 and lower. But that last one I got, the one that we chopped the roof off of, I got it without cats for $350.
Dude, and it ran.
Oh, dude, it was nice. If someone would have put exhaust on that, they could have drove it for years.
Yeah.
It had 130,000 miles.
Yes. So the old man that had mine, he had ran in the back of a Jeep, tore the hood up and the front grill and bumper and stuff. And his son told him it was time for him to stop driving. And so we go over and I pay him. I get the title and I tell him, hey, this is what we're going to do. I show him a picture. We're going to chop the whole body off. He was sad. He was like, you could have turned that into a really nice car again. The whole front end would have been fine. I was like, nope. Screw it, old man.
Yeah, you had a nice car at one point.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that car had ever been smoked in. He had never smoked in it. There weren't burn holes everywhere or anything. It was nice. I kept telling my kids, I'm going to put this back together, and this is what Daddy's going to drive. And they're like, no, please, no. It's light blue. It's just so cool. So they didn't think it was that cool.
That's what mine was, that maroon color, and it was so ugly. So red, white, and blue.
Yeah, old man style. I like the red, white, blue. We may, if we don't chop the rear fenders off of the cart, we may end up doing some kind of paint scheme, and that was a good one. We just paint all of it except the seats. We'll do the whole floor and everything. That's
what we wanted. We wanted to go out there making it look like a $300 car.
Yeah.
So a lot of spray paint and a hacksaw.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm trying to think of just all the stuff that would go into what do you take with you? I mean, do you take an extra drive shaft? I mean, do you take any?
I go into every single event expecting my cars to break.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
If it doesn't break, everything went better than planned.
Nice.
That's the way I look at it, and that's all the drivers that I am recruiting this year too. Mm-hmm. And all my buddies here locally, if they're going to come to an event with me and they're going to have a Skids for Kids sticker, you need to not care about your car blowing up.
Perfect.
You need to
so we need
tires blowing.
We need a big Skids for Kids on top of the cart, and when we just melt the 4.6 that's in it, we'll just keep dumping nitrous to it till it finally it'll either destroy itself or it'll destroy tires.
My buddy out in Alabama, Robert, he has the built C-Max. It's an old 74 C10 truck on a 03 Duramax.
Nice.
He won 1320's Atlanta burnout competition, and we put a Skids for Kids visor. It was 2 foot tall and then 5 foot long across his windshield like Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
I mean, it was up there for a month and a half, and he was daily driving it with it.
Nice. They're like, listen, this isn't safe. He's like, yeah, but I sure do love them kids.
Yep.
That's awesome. What else, dude? So big sponsorship needed for 2022, or do you kind of have some folks lined up?
Working on a couple of people, just getting proposals out there and everything. Nothing in concrete yet.
Yeah, I hear you. So if there's anybody in the chat over here who wants to send some money, I'm sure you take Venmo or Cash App or PayPal or whatever.
Our Cash App, Skid4KidsUSA.
Yep. That's great.
And we're gonna have once we get all our merch lined out and everything, we have a website built. We're just waiting to get the store, and there should be a donation link on that too.
That's cool. Do you know if you got anything going on the second weekend of April?
Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's like the 8th through the 10th. That's when we host our drag race for our drag and drive for the Northwest Arkansas Children's Shelter.
What date was that?
The 8th of April.
8th.
So we'll race Friday night at Mocan, and then Saturday drive to Sedalia, Missouri, which is a little far from you, and then Sunday end up back at Mocan. So I was gonna say, dude, you're more welcome to bring over and set up and all that kind of stuff.
Nope. The weekend before that is Cletus and Cars in Florida, but I don't have anything after that. No.
Nice, dude. After. You are more than welcome. We don't charge any, vendor fees or anything for that.
It's
obviously. Yep. On that Sunday, I'll keep you updated. I'll send you a link to the event and all that kind of stuff. It's a fun time. We always do the first couple weekends of April. It was that was our dad's birthday, and it works out really cool because it's a great season opener. Except for now, sick week, February, and then April. Is always a good way to kind of shake down the cars. It's about 300 miles worth of driving for us. And dude, come over a couple hours on Sunday, have some fun. And hopefully sell some merch, find you a big sponsor or whatever. I don't know.
I'll be there for sure.
Yeah, it'll be fun. What else, dude? Sorry, I did. What all did I put in my message to you? I'll look at it real quick.
I know something a little different than I'm going to be at Rocky Mountain Race Week. This year?
1.0 or 2.0?
I'm not sure. Whichever one his car's going to be ready for. My buddy, he has YouTube. It's just a street car.
Nice.
He's KSR is building his 5th gen Camaro right now. It's going to be 2,000 horsepower methanol beast. So we'll be out there with them next year.
Rocky Mountain Race Week is a blast. I'll just tell you right now, it's too much fun.
I'm excited for
it. So all right. So I asked, here we kind of went over the car fleet. You had mentioned just a minute ago about some friends doing some of the events as well, like your stickers on the cars. I mean, how do people get involved in that?
So the drivers that we have right now, I think I have like 3 or 4 guys that just hit me up saying we want to drive for you, like we want to represent you at these competitions, and I'll gladly send out decals to anyone that wants to represent, especially like those big ones that we have on the sides of our cars and everything.
Yeah.
We have a few drivers. Slate White, I think he's out of Virginia. Got Peter up in New York, Robert's in Alabama, and then we got a bunch of guys locally here. Seth's out of Florida. But all these guys that I have are going to be traveling all over the place.
So that's cool, man.
Every single event, you'll see more than one of us there.
Man, it's amazing to think like what it'll be in a year. Like what you've grown to now, like being able to travel to those events, and then what the next year is going to be like when you pull up and there's 3 of you guys at one event. And
it was a very surreal feeling, all of us being down at the Freedom Factory together and coming with 5 cars. It was so awesome.
Twisted Angle Garage says, I'll be rocking a sticker at the events.
That's my homie. He helped me get out to SEMA. He sponsored that trip.
Nice. That's great. We got to get us some of those sponsors. That's a good idea. We're doing Cletus and Cars Indy for sure. And like I said, we're going to try and get the cart in. Dude, last year buying tickets, I thought, we'll show up and I'll sign up for the burnout competition in case something happens. No, you got to sign up months ahead of time.
Yep, you got to get approved and all that stuff.
Yeah, buy your tickets months ahead of time, all that kind of stuff.
They'll approve anything that they think will do a burnout. So don't if you have the guy that got 3rd place in Houston, he came in with a $500 Crown Vic and got 3rd place, won his $500 back.
Yeah.
So don't think that not having a super nice car is keeping anybody from getting in these competitions.
Yeah. It's all about the show and how hard you are going to push it.
Yep.
That's cool.
It does not matter about the car as long as it can do good burnouts.
Right. Yeah, they don't care. They want lots of smoke, lots of RPM, lots of noise.
Yep.
Let's see. So 2022 events, we kind of went over some of that stuff. 2022 for the team, we kind of went over that just then on that. Man, I mean, how do people donate? Like if somebody wanted to donate just to you, what was the Cash App again?
It's SkidsforKidsUSA. It's just the same, no spaces or anything. That's mainly our only way right now until the website's up.
Gotcha. And when do you plan for that thing?
Hoping for the beginning of March.
Nice.
Very beginning of March.
Yeah, just right into the season. That'll be great.
Yep. And then we'll have our merch site up and either doing pre-order or actually selling by then.
Yeah, I'm in on some pre-order stuff. Hit me up on all that stuff. I'll definitely buy a Crown Vic shirt.
Yeah.
And then probably a Corvette shirt.
I have a pretty sweet design for the Crown Vic shirt in my head for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Elite Designs too. Jacob's doing all the designs for everything. He's awesome.
Nice.
He does all 1320's work and everything. He's a great kid.
Yeah. He has a ton of talent.
Yeah.
And a lot of good ideas too. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So what's the future hold, dude? Like, you just going to keep going ham until you're able to do it full time?
I want to. So I've technically been doing this full time now all this year. I've been tinting for the past 12 years of my life, and nice. I just quit over the summer. And
wow, so dude, that's cool.
I still tint on the side at my house to pay the bills and everything, keep places. But other than that, man, I've been traveling trying to do this. There's not much income right now, but we are. I mean, I'm fine. I'm living my dream.
Right, and it's working, and you're obviously growing. I mean, I've been following you just a couple weeks, and I've seen growth on Instagram for sure. And then I haven't seen much on the YouTube, but you can get to that. You're going to do all that. It's going to be awesome.
It's all one thing. I'm not very good at editing, so I'm working on it.
That's great, dude. Listen, I do it all over here, man. I know it. I know it. It's hard. Steven does a lot of the work. I do a lot of the editing, so that's the way it works out. And then podcasting, like animals, dude. Like the vlog style stuff? I think would be great for y'all's channel, just because obviously people want to see burnouts, but it doesn't have to be really highly edited stuff to look cool.
No, I have probably 15-20 hours of footage of burnouts the past 3 years.
Dang, Dirty Panda, send this dude a message. See if you can help get some videos out, man. That's crazy, the amount of footage you have.
Yep.
I wish I had that. We have that, but I've edited every single minute of it except for about 3 hours of stuff I've got laid back.
It's hard for me to find certain videos at this point. I can't. So I've separated it into cars, and I don't have any of the footage even on my computer from this year yet.
Dang, dude, that's crazy. That is crazy. What do you typically record with? I mean, you guys GoPros, you hold your phone out the window?
We do phones. I got a 360 GoPro 7 and stuff.
Nice.
So as long as you can get a semi-good video, that's all you think.
That's all I need.
The idea.
Yep, that's right. That's right. And then, just hopefully they end up liking, subscribing, all that kind of stuff, and then sending you money. That's the main thing. We want to be able to help you live that dream and also help other folks.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Is I just want to. The fact that I'm helping people doing this is awesome.
That's cool, man. What else, dude? I'm sorry. I really came in and have just berated you with questions. So let's talk tent for a minute if you want to.
Yeah.
What technology? Like, how much has technology changed in 12 years?
It's crazy. It's so not only like when I got into tinting, the whole like being able to shrink film was still like 5 to 10 years in, still semi new, and nowadays they have films that shrink all different directions, and the heat rejection on some new film is like 96%. It's crazy.
That's wild. That's what we did on the wife's rig.
Have gone up 10-15 fold on those jobs.
Yeah, it's exactly right. Used to you could get a whole car tinted for like 130, 140. Now you can in 300.
If you do that now, it's going to be purple in a few months.
That's exactly right. Yeah. You're looking for somebody cheap tint. Do not do cheap tint.
Yeah. One of the big things with mostly all tinters though, after 10 years or so, you get real bad carpal tunnel in your thumbs, and mine's been getting to that point. My nerves and my hands are super shot and stuff. So that's why I've been trying to I obviously want to stay in the automotive world if I do go back to working, but
Yep.
this is I got to get out of tinting. I can't mess my hands up anymore. Those are my drivers.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. And that's crazy. When we did, so we have an Acadia, so it's got like the second sunroof or whatever, like the open part. So we did the reflective, the heat reflection on the back, and just a super low percentage, super, I guess, high percentage. I don't, whatever the number means.
High.
You know what I mean? We didn't. Yeah. And we didn't want.
Film.
Yeah. And so, but we wanted the heat out. Man, it made such a difference. We put double layer 5 on the front sunroof, and it's black right now.
So my daily truck, that I got black Vortec Max 06 truck, that's the one I carry my car around all over the place with.
Nice.
It's got like 20% on the windshield, and then like 20% over 5% on the front door. I hate it so much I can't see anything. And I tinted windows. I don't know why I don't just change it. But I'm driving across country at like 5 a.m, and I'm like having to roll my windows down to see my trailer, just to make sure my car's still on there.
Yep. So it's funny. My little brother, who's probably still in here, had Dakota in high school that had a double layer 5 on the back glass. I mean, you couldn't see out of it at all. People coming up behind you can't even tell they're behind you except for the side mirrors.
Yep. Yeah, you can't. You could put a light up to my window and you're not seeing it, which is good. When I'm traveling, I want to sleep in my truck. That's right. Side the road, and no one's gonna see me in there, so we're good.
That's right. What do you think is like the limit on front glass tint to where you're like not dangerous?
I can drive fine with 5%. I always recommend people, if you're worried about it being too dark, do 20%.
But that's crazy.
But the laws are so different everywhere. It's and every state is different with it. Some states don't care at all, and some are super, super strict on it.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because I want to tint the old truck. So I've got, it's probably 20 or 25 on the back glass, and it's been on a long time. So if I did like 5% brow and then like 25 or 30% on the front glass, you think with that difference, they're going to be like, hey, that guy's got his front window tinted?
Well, 25, 30% would be real dark. So if you would go like 40% with a 5% visor over that, I've told people that before.
Nice.
They see that a difference in the two. You're like, okay, well, it's just the visor.
Maybe it's not. Maybe that's just the visor.
But if you get pulled over for your tint, or if you get pulled over, period, roll both your front windows down. They can't tell you to roll them up.
They're like, we want to test that. You're like, oh yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Thanks, appreciate that.
That is 100% what entrapment is.
That's awesome. All right, dude. What do we want to talk about? Let's run for like another, I don't know, a few minutes here. I've actually, what people don't know is before we even went live, I was still working, and I've still got probably 30 or 40 minutes worth of daytime work left. So what should we know? What don't we know about you?
Man, I'm pretty simple. I like burnouts. And,
nice.
And helping these people, like Bennett too. I'm friends with his family now and everything. Yep. Seeing the difference that it makes in their lives, and his parents' lives, and his life is life-changing to me.
Yeah.
So just being able to help these people, just doing burnouts, like I said, it's a dream come true. And like I said, I'm a very simple man. I like LS motors and I like burnouts. That's all I want.
Motor offered by the Lord and Savior. That's awesome. Tell us who's on the couch with you, though.
Oh, this is Gino. It's my Gino Puppercinos.
He's like, what? That's awesome.
He's named after a Philly cheesesteak place up in Philly.
That's hilarious. Backfires and Burnouts says you rock. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, man.
And that's for sure, dude. Like, how many hours do you think a year you travel? Like that you're on the road going somewhere?
I put 64,000 miles on my truck last year.
What?
Yeah, and that was mostly traveling to events.
That's insane.
And I'm always either with my girlfriend, a buddy. Vegas was by myself, and I drove both ways straight through.
Dude, you're saying that's 20 hours?
Yep. Yeah.
Oof.
So and then coming back from Vegas, you actually lose 2 hours in time zones too. So I left Vegas, I think 3:30 in the morning the day SEMA ended, and I didn't get back to Missouri till 1:30 in the morning.
Man, that's nuts, dude. That's a And that's a brutal trip because you've been on a high for so long, like adrenaline, and you said 2 rounds a day for
2
3
rounds a day,
days.
3 days straight. Yep.
God, that's crazy.
Everyone's car out there took a beating. There's one of these guys, Project Torque Garage on YouTube. They had 2 trucks out there. The blue truck, Ishmael's truck, blew the motor the first day. They went to the junkyard, put the new motor in that night, and they had it in by 4:00, and he did the rest of the shows for a few days.
That's insane. That's the kind of dedication. Yeah, that's the kind of dedication we need, man.
Yeah.
That's great. Rich GT350R says Geno's is less than an hour from him.
That's
in Philly.
One of the best Phillies there is.
That's awesome. So are you from that part of the country? Or you?
I lived up there. I went to Exton, Pennsylvania for college at University of
gotcha.
Institute.
That's cool.
Yeah, my grandparents lived up there in Wilmington, Delaware for a long time, so I visited up there a lot.
Yeah, and man, that's a good transition from southern Missouri to there. Get you some culture, and then
way different. Yep.
yeah. That's what we'll say. Way different. That part of the country is wild, man. There's some.
Yeah.
It's great. Like I've traveled with work up there, and like folks are either really nice or they're really not.
It's extremes up there. Everything is extremes.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, dude, one more round. Tell folks where they can find you, and then Rich says he lives just outside Philly. Tell folks where they can find you, and then we'll bounce, and I'll get back to my day job work.
Skids4KidsUSA, Instagram and Facebook. We will have the YouTube up later. Skids4KidsUSA is our Cash App if you want to donate. Currently, right now, I think we're ending the Christmas fundraiser so we can get all the stuff shipped out and everything.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So, like I said, if anybody knows anybody that needs help, send them our way. We'll keep them in our submission folder.
That's awesome, dude. All right, guys, thank you very much. You stay with me. I'm going to kick out of here. Y'all, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know I have been completely erratic tonight. I literally didn't leave my chair except 2 times to pee today. It's been pretty wild at work. We're coming into a spot of the year where everybody's trying to get so they don't have to work next week, trying to get stuff done. Tomorrow night, I invite you back. We're having a panel style discussion. We're going to be everybody kind of coming and going as they want to. We're going to talk about burnouts. This is one of the 3 topics we're going to I'm going to try and wrangle 6 or 8 people on at any different time, and we'll have conversations about that stuff. And LS engines, we may drop in some Mopar stuff too. I'm not really a Mopar guy, but some of our followers are Mopar folks. And tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, and then Thursday night, the last night of 12 Pods of Christmas, we have Andrew and Calvin Nelson of Nivlac 57 on YouTube. That dude, 700 wheel horsepower, inline 6-cylinder from a Trailblazer. I mean, it's pretty wild stuff. So, all right, bye y'all. You stay with me. See y'all, dude.